Monica Klego, remember we are busy drawing graphs. So every graph is basically a relation between an x and a y value. So normally what we do, the first thing, if you have a graph, try to write it in a equals whatever at the end. So let's quickly check 7.5. xy equals 6. So we need to get rid of the x. How do we do that? When they're next to each other, it means times. So what's the opposite of times? We divide by x. So at the end, my answer here will be y equals 6 over x. And then we'll get back to that again. Y equals 6 over x. Like this one as well. Now it's divided by 1 plus x. What's the opposite of division? It's times. So to get rid of it, we have to times at the other side. Same as here. You also times with 1 plus x. So now we can cancel that one out. And this side, remember, each one need to times in both of them. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times x, it's 2x. So here we'll get a equals 2 plus 2x. So we do have the right formula now. A equals something, and a equals something. So let's just do, for example, 7.2. All right, so first you get x minus y equals 1 minus 1. So we have to get rid of the x and the minus because we need the formula at a equals something. So get rid of the x first. What do? Plus becomes minus x on the other side. And then we get rid of the minus y. We don't want minus. So we want to divide by minus 1. Remember, if you do something on the one side of the you also need to do it on the other side. So I divide minus divided by minus gives me a plus. Minus divided by minus gives me a plus. Minus divided by minus gives me a plus. So there will be my answer. Now there's two ways of doing this. I prefer the table method. So what you'll do is you'll write down an x and a y. So for every x there's going to be a y value. So first we have to determine, you can choose your own x. So what I normally say is, let's start, choose 3 or 4 x's. So I like to have 0 in the middle, 1 and 2, and maybe minus 1, minus 2. It depends. You can choose any other ones, but it's nice to have the 0. So you can go on all sides. When you draw the graph, it's going to go over the middle. So then the next thing. So we start. Now they give me the x. Remember substitution? We did it last term. So everywhere there's an x, I'm going to put in a minus 2. You don't have to show these values. If you can do it out of here, it's fine. But I just want to show you. So my equation was y equals 1 plus x. So y equals 1 plus x. So in the space of the x, I'm going to put a minus 2. So y 1 plus minus 2 gives me minus 1. So now I have one set that I need to put down on my graph. For x minus 2, y is going to be minus 1. So now the next one. For x minus 1, so what do? Substitute the x with the minus 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. So the next set will be minus 1, 0. And you continue like that. So I can just go and say 0. So 1 plus 0 gives me 1. Now I split 1. So 1 plus 1 gives me 2. Remember, we use this one on top. Then 2, so 1 plus 2 gives me 3. Okay, so I'll go and start now. Remember, this is our y-axis and this is our x1. So, and when we have coordinates, the first one is always the x and the second one is the y. So let's start with the first point. Minus 2, minus 1. So just remember, when you do draw your x, your axis, make sure that your measurements between is the same distance. Like that. You can't go and draw one like this and there and maybe close by. So make sure when you do draw your graph that you try, you can measure it, or you can just try that they're all about the same size. Okay, on the right side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. On the left, it's minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And the same top, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the bottom, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay, now we're ready to draw. So you need to do something like this for all of the 7.1 up to 7.11. So let's start drawing. The first one tell me that x is minus 2. So everywhere here, x is going to be minus 2 and y is minus 1. So where's my y-axis? There's my y-axis. So everywhere here where we cross the -1, it's going to be -1. So normally my point will be where they cross each other. So that will be point number A. Let's call that one A. So this one is B. That will be A. So B, tell me that x is going to be -1. So x is there, it's -1. You can use your ruler, or you can draw a little soft line so you don't get confused. And where's my y is 0 there. So it's going to be point number B. And point number C is x is 0. So everywhere here, x is 0. Remember when I say x, it's where x cross. So on that one, this whole line is x 0. And then y will be 1. So that's going to be point number C. Let's do D. It's for x is 1, y is 2. We already did that. And then E for x is 2, y was 3. So for D, x is 1. Everywhere here, x is 1. And y is going to be 3. So that's going to be my little D there. And then for C, x is 2. Everywhere here, x is 2. And then y will be 3. So that must be 2. And this one will be 3 because that's where 3 is. Okay. And then you can just draw your line. Connect the dots. Okay. If they don't tell you that's going to stop, remember your little arrows to show it's continuously. Okay, so this is called the table method. It's the easiest one. You can do it with all of them. It doesn't matter what kind of graph you draw. Okay, good luck.